Hi, and welcome to this week's energy forecast. I am Rachael Thompson Phillips, and I will be doing this week's energy forecast using my own oracle cards called Be You. So, as I was shuffling the cards, thinking about the question I was going to ask, the really important thing that occurred whilst that time was that we had a jumping card. Now, this week's jumping card was called Grounding, and the important message that comes with jumping cards for people that who may not know is that jumping cards is a way that your soul is trying to connect with you and say to you, hey, I really need you to take notice of what the message is behind the card meaning, because it's going to be incredibly relevant. So it's like trying to capture your attention by jumping out at you. So with this card being about grounding, it's the real importance of that is about when we come from a space of being grounded, we receive a lot more clarity. We have the ability to be able to process any incoming information and being able to decipher, is this information important for me or revealing to me the next step? Or is it just offering me some really good guidance on how to be able to navigate through this time or offer you an opportunity for healing? There are all these beautiful ways in which information can come through to the surface in a way that you can process it simply because you're grounded and you're feeling this more harmonized and balanced aspect within yourself. Because when we're grounded, we pull in our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and soul self. And so therefore we can work from a space of unity where all parts of ourself are working for our own greater good. When we are working from a real anxiousness or an anxiety aspect within ourselves, we become frazzled and we become very fragmented. And therefore we get this push-pull. Our energy wavers and it has these peaks and then it has these troughs. And we feel like we're on an emotional roller coaster. So our soul is really saying to us, hey, it's time to take a break from that emotional roller coaster, and it's now time to come from this beautiful harmonized space. And we're going to be able to do that through connecting in with Mother Earth. Mother Earth's energy field and our own human physical field all work on the same level, which is this biofield. And therefore, when we are working together as one, we feel completely harmonized. It allows us to be able to, what's the right word? We can actually come from a space of knowing that the decisions that we make from that moment on of feeling grounded is going to be in the best interest for your own soul journey. And that's remembering that, every single person was put on this earth for their own purpose. And so therefore, when we're connecting in and listening and being able to decipher the information that is filtering through, we can look at what is the next important message that our soul is trying to reveal to us, simply because we feel more balanced. And not just that, it allows our nervous system to disengage. We're not working from this crazy space of anxiousness or anxiety where we're running around with our heads chopped off and working from a reaction response. We're actually working in allowing ourselves, when we're staying grounded, to work in our own natural state of flow. And therefore things happen and occur for us in a much more effortlessly and gracious way. And therefore we feel like we're actually accomplishing more, simply because we have that moment of staying in sync with our own self. So this is why it's so important for us to work and have this grounding capacity to work from this whole week. Now, the important part that it's coming through is because the very first card for Monday and Tuesday is about focus. This card, focus, appears and it comes to the forefront when our mind is so engaged with so many ideas and concepts that you're finding it really hard to be able to process or to be able to know what to do with all of that information. What happens is when we're working and we stay in our logical mind, we actually become disengaged from within this reality, because when we are looking at all of these ideas and concepts going through our head, they're usually about the next step. So they're about our future pacing, and we can build up a high level of anxiousness or anxiety if we don't receive evidence straight away to suggest that we're taking the right step. And so we stay and spend a lot of time in our own head, and that means that we're not staying really present within this reality. So when this card appears, it is about, not only is about, if you notice that anxiousness and being stuck and trapped in your own thoughts, it's a moment to connecting with yourself, become grounded with Mother Earth, feel that balance and harmony coming in. These amazing ideas and concepts are coming through because what your world is wanting, what your soul is trying to reveal to you is to say to you, hey, look, you've got some really great tips and tricks here and some really great insightful steps to help you move along the directions of being able to chase your dreams. But first you need to be able to process them. You need to take them out of your head. So my biggest suggestion whenever this card appears is to be able to brain dump. Get a pen and paper, write down every single thing, every idea, thought, concept that is filtering through your mind at this point, causing you to be distracted. And the moment that you've written it all down, then just stand back for a little moment, take a big deep breath, and then go in and have a look at prioritizing what is the first most important thing for you to be able to do, and then look at what is all the tiny little steps that are needing to be able to make this whole one step or one task come to fruition. Because it's great to have ideas and concepts, but unless we can turn them into actionable steps, they actually just become distraction and noise that filters through our whole being, and then we become really frazzled and overwhelmed and fragmented, and this is not this time. That's why your soul is saying, hey, make sure you stay grounded this week, because there's some real gold in these ideas and concepts that you're coming through, and we're going to be able to need to turn them into actionable steps so that you can start not so much taking control, because I think that really is not coming from a place in where that fits in with our soul connection. But it is about being able to say, hey, this is the direction that I want to go in, and I am going to navigate through this time as best as I can, being able to work through every single step, because every single step that I take is one step closer for me to be able to achieve my dreams. And it's also building a bigger bank of trust for myself, which means that I'm starting to build more and more self-confidence within my own awareness and being able to make really good decisions based on the journey of who you are and being able to connect in with your passion and your purpose. So as you can see, being grounded is really, really vital this week. The next step for Wednesday through till Friday is about, let's see if we can move these, is about trust is the key. Now, trust is built based on evidence. Okay, now I'll give you an explanation of this. If you were to meet someone straight away, you would not trust them 100%. You would like them, but you wouldn't trust them. So we give little bits of insight or little bits of information away to them to see what they will do with it. We do this a little bit unconsciously so that we can see whether we can learn to trust these people. If we feel that we can't trust them, we're going to have a really big gut feeling that says, hey, don't go there, and which therefore we can build this level of trust. Now, the reason for it to be occurring, this level of trust, is for you to also engage in building that awareness in your own self-confidence, your self-value, and your self-worth. Whenever we're embarking on something incredibly new or taking a big risk in a new area of our life, we have moments where we feel really excited and amped and pumped up about the direction that we're going in. And then there's moments that we have a little bit of doubt that comes through. And our mind is always looking for evidence. Now, usually what's occurring at the moment is that people, when they're looking for evidence, they have a collation of moments in their life where they have trusted in themselves and it hasn't gone exactly the way that they wanted to. So they have this collection of moments where things didn't work the way that we wanted. Now, remembering that last week is about wiping the slate clean, remembering from this moment on, you get to decide what it is that you want for your life. Now, you would have heard me say numerous times that this is the year that allows us to be able to make our dreams come true. And we're at that pivotal point where we are at that defining moment where the changes and the choices that we're making now are going to be able to set the tone for the next 9 years. So if you are chasing your dreams and you're taking, it doesn't make any difference whether they're even tiny little steps. A step is a step, is all helping you to build a new momentum for the next 9-year cycle. For those people that get really stuck and are really scared about moving forward, let me just explain this to you. Do you want to live the next 9 years the way that you have so far? If you're comfortable with that, then that's okay. If you're not, then this is the moment to really start getting on with, start living those dreams and start making them coming to fruition, and knowing that there's going to be that level of risk, and that makes us feel a little bit uncomfortable. And that's where trust is coming in, because it's saying to you, your soul knows exactly what the next step is. Our human mind may not always know what that is, but if you allow yourself to trust and be able to see the evidence that you've collected of being able to sit down and put all your ideas out and map out what the next step is for you, is all going to help you build trust. Having that ability to stay grounded is going to be able to help you be able to process the information, be able to see the clarity of the next step, and then prioritize to see which one is the most important for where you're at right at this point. Again, all of that's doing is helping you build more and more evidence around trusting yourself, that clear cognizance, that feeling of, yeah, look, I know exactly this is the direction that I'm going in. Now, some people can get a little bit confused because excitement and anxiousness can share the same emotional response, which is that butterflies in our stomach. So sometimes we're feeling and we're having this, some people are saying like a mix of emotion, and it's just that they're learning to identify that both of those emotions share that same physiological response. So we're having these feelings of excitement and anxiousness all at the same time, and that's also a really great indication that you're building your bank of trust. You're valuing yourself, and you're valuing your vision of knowing that you're going to be able to live your passion and your purpose, and that's exactly what your soul put you here for. And that's where it gets really exciting, because on the weekend you are going to receive indications from your loved ones that they are with you on your journey. Now, for a lot of people, they're embarking on taking some really big risks and changing a lot of things around their life, and lots of changes occurring for people. And that can be a little bit scary and can have people feeling like they are a little bit isolated and alone, because as you would have heard me say, each person's dream is about for them. It's been designed with them in mind. So there can be components about following your dreams where you can feel isolated. And the message that your loved ones are coming in and saying, hey, you know what? You may feel isolated on a physical level, feeling like you haven't got a person within this reality that's there with you. But don't underestimate the potential of all your loved ones that are on the other side that's giving you a bit of a tap on the shoulder and dropping a feather, so that you can see, to remind you that you will always have someone that will be there to support you and love you, no matter what the outcome is, for every step of your journey. And it's really nice to be able to have that moments. It's not about looking for validation. It's not about looking external from ourselves to know that we're on the right track. But there is a really nice moment where a loved one will come through and connect with you and bring you through beautiful memories. And sometimes even those beautiful memories can involve, funny as stories of, moments in your life. And that helps to break that emotional state of staying so focused that we forget to be able to have a little bit of fun and enjoyment. And that's where, if you have these moments throughout this week, I would even say that they're going to start sending messages throughout this week, but more intensity around the weekend of Saturday and Sunday, of bringing you forward messages that they are with you all the time. So if there are memories that are being brought up because of thinking about a loved one, then just let yourself know that you have got loved ones there that are going to be with you along the whole entire journey, to support you and to shower you with love. So watch out for the feathers along your journey this weekend. So I wish you all an incredible week. And remember, your soul is saying to you, hey, the most important thing that you can do for yourself is to ground yourself so that you can bring more clarity and direction towards living your life based on your own terms, and also to being able to make decisions that are based on what's important for you and for your family and for your world, for the world that you want to create. But in order for you to be able to do that, make sure you just take a little bit of moment to go and ground yourself. So it could be as simple as like going and sitting in the gardening. Actually doing some gardening is a really great way to ground yourself, going for a walk in nature. And when I say go for a walk in nature, take off all, technology. There are moments that it's great to be able to turn our earbuds on and amp up the music and just rock it out. But this is a moment where it's really important to leave all technology so that you can become very, very present within this reality. So without those earbud distractions, you'll be able to hear all the noises of your environment, hear the birds that are chirping, the cars that are going past. It allows you to have a look at the actual trees and see the beautiful greens that are involved in all of that. But it's about just sort of becoming very, very present within this own world. Take us out of our thinking, logical mind that is keeping us distracted at this point. So give yourself permission to connect in with being grounded, so that you can process all of this beautiful insightful ideas and concepts that are filtering through for you. So I wish you all an incredibly amazing week. If you feel like this message will really resonate with someone that you know, please feel free to share this video. Otherwise, have an awesome week. I will see you next week, and much love. Take care, guys.